Hello everyone. In this video, I am going to discuss the poem Wall written by D.S. Dadalkar. D.S. Dadalkar is a Marathi poet, and this poem is originally written in Marathi, and we are going to read the English translation of this poem. Now, this poem is about wall in literal as well as in metaphorical sense. In the sense, we are going to talk about the wall that are built in the physical sense, the walls that actually exist. But we are also going to discuss about the walls or barriers that we have created, which are artificial walls which we have created, and the futility of these walls. Now, before proceeding further, let's discuss about the author. D.S. Dadalkar is a well-known Marathi poet. He has published many poems on Dalits and women. Wall is originally in Marathi, translated to English by Priya Adarkar and Ashok Chakravarti. Wall has both literal and metaphoric significance. The world has been divided on the basis of caste, creed, religion, race, color, etc. Man has erected artificial walls. In the name of walls, there are violence, discrimination, bloodshed, and death. The rational thinkers are against walls between human beings and have tried to demolish, but the conservatives try to retain them. So it takes revolt and revolution to demolish the walls in order to bring the world peace and harmony. Now that was the brief introduction about the poet and the poem. So D.S. Dadalkar is a well-known Marathi poet. He writes mainly about Dalits and women. And but Dalits and women are mainly, marginalized section. And these are the sector, two, um, two sections of the society that have been marginalized, they have been oppressed for centuries together. Now, D.S. Dadalkar is a person who gives voice to these voiceless sections of the society. Now, this poem is originally written in Marathi. It's translated to English by Priya Adarkar and Ashoka Chakravarti. Now, the wall here, the poem is talking about both the physical wall as well as the artificial walls that we have created. The literal wall is the wall that exists, the physical one that is visible to our eyes. But there are other walls that we have built. Those are caste, creed, religion, race, color, nations. Now, these are the boundaries, these are the barriers, these are the walls that we have built. Now, we all are born as human beings. We are not born with caste. Caste is something we have ascribed. We have made the system. Religion also, we nobody has control over in which religion a person is born or in which caste a person is born, and the color of the skin, the race in which he is born. Everything is not controlled by human beings. Now, because it benefits few people, for their benefit they have made the system, and we all have accepted the system without actually questioning it. And because of these artificial walls, there is so much of violence, discrimination, bloodshed and death has taken place over the years. Now, do we this poem actually laments the violence that has taken place, the discrimination, bloodshed, and death. Also, it questions, it throws light on the futility of these walls. These walls need not be there. We have to take them down. We have to pull them down. But there is always a certain section in the society that whom we call as conservatives, who will be interested in preserving these walls in the name of uh, tradition, in the name of culture. They will be, because it works for them. These are the vested interests for whom this system works fine. The moment you take away these all artificial walls, there will be no importance attached to them. So because of this importance, because of the power from which they gain, they will not be willing to give away, or they will not be willing to pull these walls. So always in the society, there will be a section who will be wanting to pull these walls, who will be uh, itching to break the shackles of the society. But at the same time, there will be another section who will be, who will want to preserve these walls, these shackles in the name of tradition and religion. So there is a fight between these two sects, that is rational thinkers and discrimination, sorry, and conservatives. Rational thinkers are against walls between human beings and have tried to demolish them. Conservatives try to retain them. So, because there is always friction between these two kinds of people, so it becomes inevitable to have a revolt or revolution to bring down, to pull down these walls in order to bring peace and harmony in the world. So, rational thinkers are the persons, who think logically, who will not think emotionally. So these rational thinkers will always be against the walls that are built, these barriers that are built between human beings, and they always try to demolish them, bring them down. But conservatives will try to maintain these walls. So this is the tussle, and the poet is in favor of rational thinkers. Of late, if you look at the Indian society, there has been an attempt to defame the rational thinkers, make fun of education, fun of thinkers. So, because why do they do that? Because they want people to question them. They want all these age-old customs and traditions which are beneficial to them, which works fine for them. They want to preserve them. So that is the reason now we find, making, you will find, people making fun of thinkers, not just in India, but this has been a trend throughout the world. That is the reason, that is the exactly reason why this poem is in your syllabus. The, the syllabus, they have included in the syllabus because they want to think about these things. They want you not to just write these right answers for the questions based on this poem, but they want you to think about the things that the writer is highlighting, that he's talking about rational thinkers and conservatives. I hope you will also think about the things that are being highlighted in this poem. So because there is a friction between conservatives and rational thinkers, and because even today, if you look around, um, whatever happening is around the world, in different countries, now there is a kind of politics being practiced, where there is a kind of governance that is being practiced, where appeal is made to emotion rather than logic. Why? Because the moment you become emotional, you will stop thinking rationally. And these vested interests are not, they are against people thinking in a logical way. They want you to be foolish, they want you to be thinking emotionally. So because of this, um, revolt and revolution are necessary to bring down these walls and barriers so that peace and harmony can exist in the world. Before reading the poem, let's go through the brainstorming questions. Now, there are 4 questions we have to discuss before reading the poem. The first question is, name a few walls recently built between countries. Second question, name famous walls built and demolished. What is the necessity of building walls? Don't you think the division of the world on the basis of caste, creed, religion, gender, race, language, nationalism, etc. is worthless. Discuss. Wall signifies barriers to comment. Now, these are the 4 questions. Now, let's discuss them one by one. First question. Name a few walls recently built between countries. Now, one wall that has been in news for the past 4 years um, at the international level is the US-Mexico border wall um, that Trump is talking about all these years. The moment he was nominated as president, as nominee of Republican Party, he has been talking about building wall between Mexico and the US, and he has been talking about how he is going to make Mexico pay for the wall. So this has been a point of discussion, a very heated discussion in America, and you can look at the pictures of Trump on the screen where he's inspecting this wall. Now, is this wall really essential? Does it really serve the purpose which he's talking about? Or does it really, or is he just making an emotional appeal to his political base? Um, as I've told earlier, there is a kind of politics that is being practiced worldwide where appeals are made to emotions so that you can remain an emotional fool, and they don't want you to think on rational lines. So one such example is US Mexico border. The reasons that Trump is giving does not justify the building of wall. There can be other measures that can be taken. This is done merely to build barriers. So there is a lot of opposition to Mexico and US-Mexico border wall. Now this is an example of one recent wall. And I'll give you another example. Now the pictures that you're seeing on the screen are the pictures of wall that is built between Palestine and Israel. So this is the uh, Israeli West Bank um, wall, and, and again, Palestine and this the conflict between Palestine and Israel is in news for almost decades, and so many decades now, and still not resolved. And because of these barriers, there is constant death. There is war. There has been war. People die. Innocent people are they don't get to live their lives. So there are a lot of problems. There is a lot of bloodshed. There is discrimination. So there is violence. There is death. Now, is this all necessary? So these are the 2 examples which I wanted to quote. And there is one, the next question is name the famous walls built and demolished. What is the necessity of building walls? The picture which you are seeing on the screen is the Berlin Wall that was built between East Germany and West Germany. So soon after the war in 1945, Second World War, Germany was divided into East Germany and West Germany. East Germany was controlled by Soviet Union, USSR. We today we call it Russia, but before it was USSR. And West Germany was controlled by America, was under the influence of America and uh, its allies. So because of it, the wall was built because both believed in 2 different sets of ideology. Um, East Germany, that is USSR, believed in communism, and West Germany believed in democracy. Liberal. It believed in liberal world order. So there was a conflict, and the wall was built. And in 1989, the Berlin Wall was pulled down. And these are the pictures of 1989 when the wall was pulled down because people were fed up of what was going on. And that is the reason, you can see freedom is written on the wall. People were happy when the wall was pulled down. I'll show you a few more pictures. This is again the people wanted East and West. The wall, the physical wall, was also a barrier between the people. So many people were separated during this um, during these years, and it was only in 1989, when the wall was pulled down, so many families which were divided due to wall could come together, because Germany was one country for centuries together. It was only because after the Second World War, the wall was built and people had to suffer a lot. Again, there are a few more pictures. You can see how the wall was pulled down and how people are in a jubilant mood. Again, a few more. You can see the picture. Again, you can see people documenting that day using photographs. Now, this is a picture of a memorial of people who died crossing that wall. Was this necessary? Was it necessary to build a wall in the first place? And because of this, because of few people, so many people had to lose their life, crossing the wall. Was it all necessary? It was futile, and that is exactly being highlighted by the poet here. So why are we creating these walls? Is it necessary? No, that is the question. Now, this is the present day picture. That is the remaining stretch of the wall. They have pulled down, but they have kept it. Uh, this is a part of the wall which is still kept. And this is a picture of the wall, how they have made hole in it. Here you can see the picture. The line here, actually uh, indicates the wall which was earlier there. Now it is pulled down, but you can see clearly the picture how the wall was built between the city. It was built right in the city of Berlin. Berlin was the capital of is the capital of Germany, and it was built there. You can see the remnant of the wall. Now we have seen first two questions. Don't you think, now the third question, don't you think the division of the world on the basis of caste, creed, religion, gender, race, language, nationalism, etc. is worthless? Discuss. No, obviously, in the last two questions, we discussed about the physical wall, but there are few other artificial walls which we have created. Those are caste, creed, religion, gender, race, language, nationalism. Now, on the basis of these, people are divided. People hate one another because of these reasons. Are they really, these are something which do not exist in nature. These are some things we have created, and we have complicated the things. See, there are so many labels, labels of caste, religion, gender, nationality, and everything. But in reality, we all are human beings. Do we really need all these labels? Why can't we see ourselves as human beings? Why can't I speak to another person as a human being? Why can't we do that? Why we have lost the ability to look at another person as a human being? We will rather look at him as a person of a certain caste, of a certain religion, of a certain gender, of a certain race, as a person talking a certain language, as a person of a certain nation. Why can't we see a fellow human being as just a human being? One of the biggest tragedies of today's time is dehumanization. Why can't we humanize all the things? Instead, we are hell-bent on dividing people. How long we are going to do that? If we all start treating each other as human beings, it will solve a lot of problems. But so many egos are there, Uh, we have failed uh, to clean our minds of these garbage that we have filled our minds with. These are not necessary. Now, constitutionally, even speaking of Indian Constitution, Article 15 of Indian Constitution prohibits discrimination on the grounds of religion, race, caste, sex, place of birth. It prohibits discrimination at public places. Now this is constitutionally, from 1950 it is in existence, but every now and then we do come across um, discrimination on the basis of religion, caste, race. If you just flip the pages of newspapers, there will be news of um, a violation of these things, of discriminations. We still find them. So we clearly haven't learned any lessons. So we have to break these barriers, both physical walls as well as the walls like caste, religion, gender, race, language, nationalism, all these, to be, so think, there are no boundaries on the earth. All the boundaries that we have, the political map that we have, is our creation. Nations do not exist. Land just exists there. There is sea, there is land, there is nothing more than that. The boundaries, the political boundaries that are drawn is ours. That is, we have drawn them. There are no any boundaries in nature. So why can't, so that is, those boundaries should be, we should transcend these boundaries. Now, let me interpret this poem in a new light as well. For example, even in case of the Indian education system, we had certain boundaries. Let me transcend this boundary also. If we take as knowledge, there are no boundaries in knowledge. Knowledge just exists. Now we divide knowledge as science, we divide knowledge as arts, commerce. We even in science we divide, as physics, chemistry, maths under different sections. Similarly, commerce subjects, art subjects. But are these bifurcation? Do they really exist? They don't. We have divided. So, for example, our Indian education system had divided streams as science, commerce, and arts, and there was a very rigid bifurcation of these streams. So, the moment a person opted for science stream, he could not read commerce subjects or art subjects. The moment a person took commerce, could not read art subject or science subject. Similarly, a person opting for arts stream could not read science or commerce subjects. But fortunately, because this was a discrimination only in India, developed world had done away with these bifurcation. So those barriers were taken away by them long back. But fortunately, in the new education policy, we have pulled down these walls, these barriers. Now today, a person opting science, physics can also opt for music, can also opt for English literature. Similarly, a person who has opted for commerce subjects can study science, or he can study art subject as well. He can study sociology, he can study economics, he can study geography. So today we have pulled down those walls as well. So we have to think, we have to really be rational. We should not take the conservative ideas, because those are something we have made up, though they don't really exist. So wall, next question is, wall signifies barriers too. Comment. Yes, obviously they signify barriers. Um, because of the barriers of religion, gender, race, we don't really appreciate people of who are different from us. We will be very skeptical. We will be doubting them. Uh, we don't really come to know each other. Do we really have to do these things? We have to do away with these discriminations. Otherwise, the world will never be a better place to live. So, with this introduction, now let's begin with the poem.